Hello everybody, welcome back to Pixie Woo. Today's makeup tutorial I'm going to do for you is of Penelope Cruz. Lots of people have asked for a video of her because we recently interviewed her. She was super lovely and her makeup always looks pretty striking. Her makeup is also awesome for people that wear glasses. So I've got some glasses at the ready and we are going to do makeup for people with glasses because sometimes you don't want to wear too much colour but you want something that's going to make your eyes stand out behind the glasses. As you can see, I have a slight redness to my eye. I have just moved house and I must have been stressed and I sneezed and I burst a blood vessel in my eye and it was really bad, which is why Sam did the last video instead of me. But it's a bit better now. It's not too bad. Hopefully it will be gone soon. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Let's crack on. I'm just going to tie my hair up because I have a tendency to play with it and it is really annoying for you and distractive while I'm doing the makeup. Let's get started. Okay, hair is up and out of my face. I'm going to choose a foundation. I want to go with a foundation that has a reasonable coverage but a really nice healthy glow to it. I've chosen Chanel Healthy Glow Foundation. In my colour, obviously just because I'm doing a Penelope Cruz look doesn't mean that I have the same skin tone as her. She has a much more olivey skin tone than me. So I'm just going to work that all over my face. I'm using a buffing brush to get it to blend in. Now, as you can see, the foundation's going on my skin. As it goes on, it looks a little bit light, but most foundations oxidise, so they set a little bit darker on the skin. And when we add our colour, it will actually work really nicely. Right, foundation is done. I'm then going to move on to the eyes and then come back and conceal at the end. I have got a paint pot by MAC and this one is in Quite Natural. It's not really a quite natural colour, well not for me anyway. And I'm going to take a large brush and just softly pop that over my eyelid. Just to add a slightly darker, kind of soft finish to the lid. Because Penelope always has these sultry kind of eyes. They look like she's done nothing to them. It's so gorgeous. Do you know what Sam and I both said after we met her? She's one of those women that looks like she's just aged naturally well. Do you know what I mean? She's not had work done to make her, you know, and each to their own. If you want to have work done, go for it. It's up to you. But she just naturally has aged well. I have a lot of respect for that because actually being in Hollywood, it must be tough to do that. But then I suppose if you do have too much done, then you won't get jobs because you have to be able to move your face to be able to act and give reaction. Otherwise you just look like that the whole time. Okay, I'm going to run that under the eye as well. So it's just giving me nice, naturally tired looking eyes to start off with. I love that. Right, I'm then going to take a black pencil. Whatever one you like, whether it be a pencil, whether it be a kohl, whether it be a kajal, whichever you like is absolutely fine as long as it's soft and goes in the waterline. That's going to go in both bottom and top waterline. This one is by Kiko. So that's going to go right in my eye. Lovely. Then take a black liner. I've got a TopShop gel liner and a liner brush. And I'm going to just line the tops of the eyes slightly. Now Sam and I were lucky enough to obviously interview Penelope Cruz for Zoolander 2. We then, a couple of days later, were invited to Kensington Palace. Amazing, it was fantastic, with Lancome to go to the pre-BAFTAs award dinner. So we were in this room with like Eddie Redmayne, the guy who plays Hulk, don't know his name, but he's much smaller. I was like, oh, you're Hulk, gutted. Loads of amazing people in this room, Isla Fisher, it was really, really cool. And then we saw Penelope Cruz again. And because we'd interviewed her a few days before, she was like, oh, hi girls, how are you? You know, we're like best mates now. It looked like she knew us really well. Sam and I were like, oh, it was amazing. Right, I'm just gonna line the tops of the eyes as well. This is going to give a bit of definition so that when you put those glasses on, your eyes are going to go boom. I'm using a gel because I want it to be slightly flatter and matter than some of the ones that you get nowadays that are kind of on a pen. I feel like they have a little bit of a shine to them. I'm going to join those two up. So to join them up, I'm just going to take a little bit of the dark pencil liquid on my brush in that lower corner and then just pull it through so it joins them up quite easily. So there you have the liner done. Don't worry if you're not very good at liner, because I have a little trick for you. There is so many tricks in makeup. Take a little bit of a black eyeshadow on an angle brush, and I actually prefer this when it's done anyway, and you're going to just run it over the top of the liner. But you're going to run it almost so it sits over the liner a bit. So it's making that liner a little bit blurred and almost soft focus. And that way, it doesn't matter if your line's not perfect. By adding this eyeshadow over the top, it's also making it flatter, the liner. But what else it does is it makes it last way longer. So if you're someone who, when you put black in your waterline, it doesn't last, run a bit of the eyeshadow over the top. As long as it's a matte eyeshadow, it's going to make that last way better. Morphing into Penelope. Right, mascara. What have I got? I've got a Lancome mascara. This is Grandiose. Putting that on first before I decide whether I want to put anything through the socket. Now Penelope naturally has quite a deep set socket, so she always looks like she's got a shadow there. Whether she actually wears one or not, she still looks like she's got one. Lots of mascara, because with glasses you can't really wear false lashes, because they smack against the front of your glasses, don't they? Which is very annoying. Right, next for brows, I am going to take a brow pencil. This is the one that I use, which is Cardamon Pod by B eyebrow pencil. I'm going to brush my brows through. As you can see, my brows are growing a little bit, still very fair on the outside, and actually, even when I dye them, they still look very sparse on the outside. Brush them up so I can see where I need to fill in. I'm going to take the pencil and softly fill in the underneath line. Just a little bit. Ooh, just a little bit. So I'm just filling in my little gaps that I've got in my brows, but brushing them through so that the product blends through the brow and looks a little bit more natural. I'm then going to take a Loreal Brow Artist Plumper. I really like this product, and it just clings to my brows and makes them look thicker. Fuller brows makes you look more youthful. Us teens of the 90s that plucked them all away. Why do they not grow back? Everything else grows back. Why do your eyebrow hairs not grow back? I'm just going to clean up under my eyes a tiny bit, because I want that to look fresh. I can see under my eyes isn't looking totally fresh at the moment. So just clean that away. I'm going to start off with a little bit of MAC Moisture Cover. It's going to go under my eyes, anywhere that I might have a little bit of extra redness, and then take a nice soft brush to blend that in. So I chose Moisture Cover Concealer because it has a lot of playtime, and by playtime I mean it doesn't set too quickly. I can work with it over like a few minutes. I've then got this Soap & Glory Kick-Ass Concealer, and I'm going to take a little bit of it right in the very corners of my eye, where that darkness really sets in there and doesn't want to go. This is great, this concealer. It has a really good coverage, and then it has like your concealer, a slightly darker colour, and a mirror as well, and then on top, oh, I dropped the powder puff, a little bit of powder. I think that's really good. I'm going to use the little powder that it comes with under my eyes. On a smallish brush, I like a setting brush because it fits perfectly into any of those gaps that you want to. Put it around my nose. Next, a bit of bronzer. I've got Delilah. This is Sunset Compact Matte Bronzer, medium dark. And I want to use a big brush for this. So I've got Bold Metals powder brush. That's just going to go all over the high points of the face, anywhere the sun would hit. So as I was saying earlier, with my foundation being that little bit lighter, it doesn't matter because we put the colour in at this point. So actually the foundation matches through the neck perfectly, but then we add colour in at the end. Then onto lips, I have got Beige lip pencil by Bobbi Brown. Colour the whole lip in. That's a super nice colour. I'm going to go in with a tiny bit of a darker brow pencil on the outside. This is my Uemura pencil in hard number 9, but you could opt for MAC Stone or anything else. Just going to give me that slightly fuller lip that my best mate Penelope has. Actually, she's not my best mate. She wants to be. But I said, Penelope, you're crowding me. Stop with all this attention you keep giving me. I'm then going to go in with a little bit of, this is Bobbi Brown as well, Mod lipstick, just on the very inside of the lip. I'm going to take a brush and just soften those two together so that the darker lip liner doesn't show. Let's see it with glasses now. See, I think that looks lovely. Who's to say when you wear glasses you can't wear liner? Looks epic. So there you have the finished look. Don't forget to subscribe. It's completely free. And I'll see you next time. You take care. Bye.